morning. Welcome to Good Day LA. It is Friday. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Jen Lammers.
I'm Roxy Karabanian in for Bobby Castro. Let's get right to Maria, talk about the weekend.
Yeah, let's do that. It is Friday, you guys, and we have a bit of this June gloom. This weather pattern is with us. You can see how the cloud cover has extended all the way inland. That onshore flow has also pushed that subtropical moisture and that humid air mass well to our east over the desert southwest. So we're not in danger of any of those thunderstorms really today, but we are anticipating some strong gusty winds over the desert communities and the mountains. So if you are taking that drive to the 15, maybe going to Las Vegas or the Coachella Valley, you will encounter some of those winds later this afternoon and evening. 55 currently in Santa Clarita, 63 in Ontario, 61 in San Bernardino. Big Bear, good morning to you. 67 degrees there right now, 83 in Palm Springs. High temperatures today will range anywhere from 103 in Palm Springs. In that low desert areas, that's where it's going to be hot. 86 in the high desert, not bad. Windy conditions there later today. The mountains, beautiful, lots of sunshine in the mid 70s. 78 for downtown LA, that is slightly below the average by 1 degree. 83 for the valleys and the Inland Empire to those low 70s at the coast. I'll talk more about the weekend, tell you about next week, coming up my complete forecast. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you too.
All right, thank you. So jurors in the Palisades arson trial are due back in court one day after telling the judge they were deadlocked.
Let's go to Gigi right now, live at the federal courthouse in downtown LA. So what happens next then, Gigi?
Well, court is set to go into session any minute now, but the first hour will be dedicated to the attorneys, both prosecution and defense. They were ordered by the judge yesterday to come up with some type of a response to the jury telling the judge that they have not been able to reach a verdict. At 9 a.m., the jury will arrive and the judge will hear from them. Now, take a look. It appeared to be a series of mixed messages yesterday, with originally the judge saying she had received a note from the jury that they had reached a verdict, but that appears to have been a mistake. They may have checked off the wrong box, because moments later, in a series of notes sent to the judge, the jury clarified that they had not reached a verdict and that they could not reach one. Again, they're expected to return today to maybe continue their deliberations, although a mistrial could be declared in the Palisades arson fire trial of Jonathan Rinderknecht. Now, in that note, the jurors reportedly said that, quote, some members are unwilling to change their opinion. Their note said that additional instructions to them or having testimony reread, which is common, would not help them, and that they could not reach a unanimous verdict. Again, the judge ended the day instructing attorneys on both sides to come back this morning with possible responses to the judges, to the jury.
In a lot of detail on the state of where they are, it wouldn't be appropriate, but it's pretty clear there's an issue with the verdict. So it's been a long run for him. He's been locked up for 10 months, and his fate is here today or maybe tomorrow, and we'll see which direction this takes tomorrow.
Now, during the trial, federal prosecutors have argued that the deadly Palisades fire was actually started by an earlier fire they claim Rinderknecht intentionally set. Defense attorneys, though, say there's no hard evidence tying their client to the arson, saying that the first fire, known as the Lackman fire, and the Palisades fire are separate events. Now, if convicted of all charges, the 30-year-old faces 45 years in prison. His parents have been here throughout the trial. Many trial observers have noted that they spend most of their time in court with their heads bowed down in prayer for their son. Our Christina Gonzalez is inside the courtroom, and of course, she will have the latest, and we're going to be following it also right here on Good Day LA. For now, I'm Gigi Gracia, live in downtown Los Angeles.
All right, appreciate that, Gigi. Thank you. Community members rally for answers and action following the devastating warehouse fire in Boyle Heights.
Boyle Heights are experiencing yet another serious health and environmental emergency caused by another irresponsible multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Activists with the group Inner City Struggle spoke out yesterday demanding to know what they've been breathing since flames erupted last week at the massive cold storage facility. Some neighbors say they don't trust officials who say that the air quality is not dangerous.
No, I don't trust it because I'm living it. The air quality is not okay. It's not right. Like I said, I'm suffering. My throat hurts. My eyes are burning every day. So this is not true.
Firefighters declared a knockdown Wednesday night. Crews are hosing down hotspots. They're preparing to hand the building back to owners today. The fire's cause, though, is still under investigation.
All right, to 8:05, our attention now turns to the FIFA World Cup, and Team USA completes the group stage on top despite a 3-2 loss last night at Los Angeles Stadium.
Sandra with us now. She was at the game, here to talk about first of all, what was it like being there?
It was electric. I loved seeing the fans and so many people converting into sports fans, soccer fans,
Yeah.
really rallying around the sport, especially here in America.
Did you get sleep?
It was so great to see. Yeah, a little bit.
She will tonight.
Yeah. What sleep?
You have the whole weekend,
Yeah,
right?
when you're watching all of these games, they're so exciting and it's so great to watch. So many people cheer on Team USA. And a loss against Turkey last night doesn't change the fact that the U.S. men's national team is heading into the knockout stage in good position. They're going to be facing Bosnia-Herzegovina on July 1st in Santa Clara. Now, the team is going to dust off the loss last night and focus on the knockout round of 32. Turkey didn't want to go home without a goal and without a win, so that team got what it wanted, scoring a last-minute go-ahead goal in extra time last night. This was against a USA team, though, which relied heavily on its bench to keep starters healthy and away from getting a second yellow card before the knockout round. There were 9 new starters taking the pitch for Team USA last night, and many of these players entering their first World Cup game ever of their careers. So a good opportunity for them. But here's the good news. We saw star Christian Pulisic come in the second half. He looked good. He definitely made an impact, was a spark on the pitch. He was nursing a calf injury, as we know, skipping out on the Australia game. And coach Mauricio Pochettino said they will be ready for Wednesday's game.
The objective was to finish first, and we are first. And now is the next stage, and it's going to be a final, and we are ready. We are much better than before that game because we had players now with 90 minutes in their legs and performing. I think ready to help if we need from the beginning or after from the bench. I think it's all positive. I am confused, but maybe the mood is like, or the vibe is like. We go home tonight and Turkey stay, no?
Hey, give it up for Team USA. They're in good position there. Okay, but today there's some big matchups in store on Fox at noon. 2 teams with powerhouse players. Norway facing France in Boston. Then Uruguay faces Spain at 5 o'clock in Guadalajara. And tonight at 8, New Zealand takes on Belgium in Vancouver. There's also 3 other games taking place. Senegal versus Iraq, Cape Verde against Saudi Arabia, Egypt versus Iran. So much action on the pitch. Can't wait for that. I've been streaming a lot throughout the day. It was great to watch also Samurai Blue yesterday, Japan, before the USA game, you know.
There we go.
I was just hanging out.
It was a good game, though. I mean, it kept the interest, right? I had to go to bed eventually, and it was tied 2-2. And so when I woke up this morning, I was like, what happened?
Yeah,
you
a lot of fans were leaving thinking, all right, it's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll leave.
I checked it last night before I went to bed. Woke up this morning.
I know.
Shocked.
Yeah, it was disappointing to say the least.
Gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, we're going on. You know what? We're
moving on
about that.
Are you going to get to sleep this weekend?
I'll try.
You're not. She's like, I'll be back on the pitch.
Maybe after July 19th. How
There we
about
go.
that? Then I'll sleep.
Then you'll go
after
to
the final.
hibernation.
Much needed.
Exactly.
Thank you, Sandra. A lot of World Cup fans are passing through LAX this morning.
Yes, they are, and Mario's been talking to them. More on the fan reaction to last night's USA-Turkey stunner as well. Good morning, Mario.
Yeah, good morning. That's right. And some of them fresh off the game last night. I have Keon and Dorothy joining me now. They're headed back to Virginia, but you all were here for the game last night at Los Angeles Stadium. Tell me about it. How did it come to be?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So my mom, best mom ever, I graduated a couple months ago from college, and my graduation present was getting to see a World Cup game because she knows I'm huge into soccer. And so my mom was like, you know, we have a couple options, like what kind of game do you want to see? I was like, okay, well, definitely a USA game, or if you happen to get like an Argentina or Spain game, I would be a very happy man if you got me any of those.
What did you think of the game?
The game was great. I mean, the atmosphere for a game that like technically didn't matter for either side in terms of the standings, like the atmosphere was incredible. Like, you know, even before the game, I would like be in line, you know, for like to get a hot dog, and people would just be shouting USA, USA, even before the match started. And then once it got rolling, I mean, especially like scoring after like 3 minutes, people were on their feet. I saw about like 1,000 Pulisic jerseys in the stadium. Yeah, I thought the atmosphere was electric.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for sharing your experience. We'll let you guys go. Good luck, have a safe flight, and thanks for visiting Los Angeles. Yeah, take care. So again, they are headed back to Virginia, but I want to show you the excitement at one of the fan zones last night throughout the day as excitement was building for this matchup. You can see from above thousands of fans filling the fan zone at Union Station, waving flags, wearing their national colors, from Team USA supporters to families cheering on Turkey. Meanwhile, travelers here at LAX say it's been much busier since the tournament started.
That's not an easy one. I was trying to book a car in NYC, and I actually ended up renting a truck. I think the game is 3 p.m. Sunday. We're trying to find a car for the weekend, but nothing on the airport.
I'm seeing lots of jerseys, and it's a lot busier because everyone's coming in. But it's cool to see everyone have come from different countries.
Fans are really into the game. They really love their country, and they show it by supporting them, chanting, you know, every match, every minute.
What's your name?
Anthony McBride.
Anthony is here now. He is another USA fan who attended
Welcome to the game show Nobody Wants to Win. Spell guarantee. G-A. Oh, it's G-U.
What did the itsy bitsy spider climb up? Whoa!
This is harder than I thought.
Norway, France.
Brilliant from Mbappe!
Then it's Uruguay, Spain. The 2026 FIFA World Cup. Today on Fox.
All right, TGIF, everybody. It is Friday, and we are happy about that. We've got some pretty nice weather, actually. Pleasant summer-like conditions with temperatures dipping just slightly below the average. So it's going to be in that perfect zone. We've got a trough of low pressure that is moving to our north. In the Pacific Northwest, we've got some light showers, but for us, it just translates to the onshore flow and that cooling sea breeze. Yes, that low kind of sags south a little bit. This will give us a deeper marine layer this weekend, and that will bring our temperatures down to below average, well below actually by Sunday. It's also going to kick up the winds over the mountains and deserts, and we do have some wind advisories there and higher fire danger just because of the dry, warm conditions, and that can be extreme fire weather conditions if you are headed to the Mojave Desert, out towards the low desert areas. Just keep that in mind as you plan your travel. Otherwise, we do have this nice weather pattern with us through the better part of next week, actually. We're going to end the month of June and start July with similar conditions. Here are the weather alerts that are in place. Those red flag warnings, as I mentioned, for the heightened fire danger, and then those strong gusty winds, gusting anywhere from 35 to 45 miles an hour. But even in some areas, if on that drive on the 15, even parts of the 10 getting to Palm Springs, it could gust anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour in some of those isolated areas. So that's the kind of windy condition that I'm talking about. 107 in Indio today, 103 in Las Vegas if you're headed to Sin City, 72 in Inglewood, to the low 90s in Bakersfield. Not that bad, right? 84 in Sacramento. Here's your day planner for Anaheim. We're starting out with some clouds at this hour, and then we'll give way to mostly sunny skies by 12 p.m. 73, and then even more sunshine, 75 later this afternoon. Thousand Oaks, we've got some 60s out there at this hour, and then more sunshine this afternoon between 1 and 2 p.m. around 74 degrees. Riverside in the Inland Empire, mid-80s, quite comfortable as we get to the later part of today on this Friday. Laguna Beach socked in for a bit of the morning and then getting to around 68, 69 later after the lunch hour. I'll send it back to you.
Maria, thank you so much. We are following the desperate search for survivors in Venezuela following back-to-back earthquakes earlier this week.
Yeah, Brooke is here, and she has more on that for us. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's devastating what's happening over there.
Absolutely, and the death toll is climbing as people really just spend this time trying to pick their way through the rubble of destroyed buildings. It's horrifying. Here's where things stand now. The country's interim president says at least 589 people are confirmed dead. About 3,000 others are hurt. Nearly 50,000 people are still listed as missing. 50,000 people. This is the result of two earthquakes that rocked the northern part of the country on Wednesday. The first registered a magnitude 7.2. Just 38 seconds later, the second clocked in at magnitude 7.5. Rescue teams from around the world are heading to Venezuela, including specialized teams from LA County Fire.
Here, this team deployed to Jamaica. This year, they're going to Venezuela. You can never predict when the crises are going to happen, but our team plans to be ready anytime the crises do happen.
The 71-member team, known as USA 2, departed from its headquarters in Pacoima yesterday, bound for the disaster zone. The group includes 6 K-9 teams and approximately 84,000 pounds of equipment, all loaded onto large trucks ahead of their departure. Venezuela has a long record of damaging earthquakes as it sits on active tectonic boundaries and has experienced 5 major ones in just the last century. Now, if you want to help, if you want to find a way to help the effort in Venezuela, go to state.gov. Back to you.
Because as we know, it's pretty chaotic over there right now. And so people need like that one place where they can go. And also we talked to somebody from the State Department, and she said there's a way that, there's a hotline too for people to be able to reach out. And all that information is on state.gov. If you have family who, lives in Venezuela and you might not be able to get in touch with them.
That's one of the biggest concerns, obviously, for many people here. Like you're thinking about, the families, people who have lost family members, right? And 50,000 people still listed as missing right now. And many of those people have family members that are in other countries. And so just thinking about the lack of communications right now and how difficult that is. There's so many people right now who are having, you know, one of the worst days of their lives.
It's just like heartbreaking because there are many people who likely are trapped in the rubble, and time is like really of the essence because obviously the more time goes on, the chances of their survival dwindles. But when you think about it, 7.2, right? Or 7.5 was the first?
7.2 was the first and 7.5.
So 7.2 is a very strong earthquake. And 38 seconds later, we're not talking about like a minor aftershock.
Even get a second to kind of recognize what just happened to you.
Yeah.
Just that fast.
And another one even worse.
The devastation is terrible, terrible. And this takes me back to when I was a kid in Armenia in 1988.
Yeah, tell us about it.
December 7th, 11:41 a.m., like ingrained in my memory because we had a very big earthquake. It was only, it was 6.8. But it was during the time of Soviet construction, so the infrastructure was all stone and brick, and chances of survival were not very good. So I know there were so many people, including my aunt.
I was going to say, we were just talking about your aunt yesterday, right?
She was trapped in a building, and she actually had, they think she'd survived that initial earthquake, because when they found her, she still was kind of like looked fresh still, and she had tear marks still on her face. But because of the gas leak, she wasn't able to survive the days it took to find her. So there's many situations like that happening there, I'm sure. And it's just so, it's heartbreaking to know what some of the survivors are going through right now.
Ooh, I never knew that story. That's devastating.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. All right, thanks, Brooke. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. There it is. You know, it was rough last night. Good game, but rough. But hey, it doesn't matter. Team USA on its way.
The only disappointment for us is that we couldn't get a three-peat. It's okay.
That's all. That's okay.
We're still in the knockouts.
Yep.
The world's biggest soccer stage is bringing SoCal together. Connected by the Cup, brought to you locally by Spectrum.
The fans have really made this World Cup experience into something special. We're not even close to being done, so there's plenty of time to get in on all the fun. Take a look at the crowds at Union Station during last night's USA match. Thousands packed the city's World Cup fan zone to watch Team USA take on Turkey, and win or lose, the sense of community is strong as people got their soccer fix.
And just to be here with the crowd and everything like that is just a lot of fun, and it's great to see the World Cup on, you know, our actual schedule in the Pacific.
The fans are nice, you know, it's cool to be united as a country to be able to watch this.
It's great being here. We're from San Antonio. We drove all the way out here just to be here at the Fan Fest. It's exciting. Go USA!
What she said before about being on our own schedule, that is like a novelty, right? Because usually it doesn't happen like that. Union Station's fan zone is already full this weekend, but there are still plenty of Fan Fest to look forward to. Next up is the Hansen Dam Lake in the San Fernando Valley. This one you're going to have to grab tickets for. There's still plenty of them available, and if we've learned anything from these fan zones, it's that this is the place to be. The story was presented locally by Spectrum fiber-powered internet.
Brought to you locally by Spectrum. Streaming apps included at no extra cost with live TV and reliable internet.
And here we are.
And there were 3.
Yes. Yeah.
For now.
Amanda might still be with those puppies. I don't know.
I know. Did she leave?
She very well might be. She's on a mission to,
yes,
you know, maybe bring one of them home.
Check out Best Friends, Animal Society of LA.
There's what, 8 of them or something?
There are 8 of them. Yeah. And then they're 8 weeks old?
6.
6 weeks old.
And if you missed it, go to our Instagram because we posted.
There's a link.
The most adorable.
They're the cutest.
Yeah. Was he snoring at the time?
Yeah.
Snoring.
Yeah, it was really
so
cute.
Okay, so it's Friday, and we are planning ahead for the weekend, and it's going to be a good one. We have some really, really pleasant summer temperatures on tap. In the meantime, I do like a countdown, as you know. So the 4th of July it's situated on the calendar. When you flip it over, you're like, oh, there it is. And you may not have planned for it, but it's coming up. It's in just a week, really, 8 days until the 4th of July holiday. And this is a special one where we celebrate 250 years of our nation. So this is a big one. 74 days until the Labor Day holiday. So it's going to be a big span of time between that and the next official holiday. And then we've got Indigenous Peoples Day, October 12th, after everyone's back in school and all that jazz. But let's just enjoy this summer break, for some of our kids who may not be in summer school today or summer fun. June gloom weather pattern will be with us through the weekend and into the better part of next week. The cooling trend will continue, and temperatures are going to dip well below average by the time we get to this weekend. We do have some gusty winds over the mountains and deserts, and we have some weather alerts as a result of that. I'll go over it in just a few moments, but just keep that in mind as you travel inland into the desert communities. Yesterday, we still had a pretty warm day. Got up to 81 for downtown LA. And today, we're going to bring it down just slightly to 78. That's a degree shy of the average of 79. Our sunset time is coming up at 8:08 this evening. And these are the highs we're expecting today. If you are in Fraser Park, around 78 degrees. In the valley, Woodland Hills, 83. That is actually pretty good, comfortable. 78 for downtown, 85 in Ontario, 89 in San Bernardino, to 103 in Palm Springs. When I come back, I'll show you that 70 forecast. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you, too.
All right, thank you.
From creator meetups to interactive exhibits, VidCon is packed with new experiences for fans this weekend.
Yeah, Coco is live in Anaheim with a look at one of the biggest attractions on the expo floor. Good morning.
Hey there, it's day 2 for VidCon, which really celebrates all things digital culture. Lots of really great activations, including Pop Store here, which is the title sponsor. I am here with Joe now, who is the Chief Revenue Officer and General Manager for Pop Store. So tell us all about Pop Store.
Yeah, Pop Store is an AI agentic platform built for creators to monetize and engage better. So most creators became a creator because they're creative and they want to create content. But the biggest thing they need to do is actually monetize, and that's something that they don't know how to. And that's really where our AI agent team, Echo Me, steps in. So we do it in 2 ways. One is to help them actually monetize brand deals. So we sift through their inbox to actually identify the right deals through all the spam that they get, and we actually even help them negotiate it through our AI agent automatically. And the second thing we do is we create a digital twin of their mind. So we're able to go through all their followers, rank them by purchase intent. So they'll know who's more likely to buy from them. And all they need to do is set up what they want to sell, what they want to push in our system, and our AI agent will push the right offer to the right follower at the right time without them lifting a finger. How cool is that?
That is really cool. That's so innovative. What a great tool for creators. And if you can talk about why you're here at VidCon.
Yeah, so VidCon is truly the largest event in the U.S. where creators, brands, platforms come together. Pop Store was really built for the everyday creator. The 99% of the creators are doing this without a team. So it's so important for us to show up and really bring them this amazing platform, Echo Me, that can really change the game for them and monetize and actually build their business.
And this activation is huge. There are so many parts. Tell us about the activation you have.
Yeah, so whenever I talk to creators, when they hear the word AI, they go, oh, AI? Is it going to take over my life, take over my voice? So our 4 activations are meant to be really, really fun when you walk in here. We actually break down what our AI does in fun games. So you can really see how the AI would work for you instead of being scared about it. So you can see how in real time it will rank all your followers and actually push for you. How it can actually sound like your voice because we look through all your social media posts host understand who you are, we also show you what kind of content we can create for you. So it's meant to be a really immersive experience for them so that they won't go, oh, AI, no. But instead, yes, I can see how this will enable me to be productive.
Thank you so much, Joe, for talking to us. What a really cool tool and a great activation here as well. We know Pop Store is going to be very popular here at VidCon, so you can still get tickets to VidCon if you don't have them yet. For day one was yesterday, continuing today and tomorrow, starting at 9 o'clock here at the Anaheim Convention Center. I'll send it back to you.
So much to see and do. Thank you, Coco. All right, so last hour, we asked you, who is your favorite DC superhero? And we had this to choose from: Superman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, or Batman. And you know what? 44%
Wonder
are going
Woman
to Man of Steel.
Is mine.
Superman. Wonder Woman's yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so people left us some comments, Roxy. Tom from Cerritos. Superman is who we should all strive to be. Selfless, helpful, fighting for those who can't fight for themselves. I agree. Tom, that's a good one. Angelina from Huntington Beach. Batman has been an OG for a long time, especially Batman Beyond. I love the movies. They're a classic. I'm wondering which Batman was her favorite.
Yeah, that's true. You got to tell us which one.
There are many of them. Richard from Temecula. I didn't see the Flash as an option. Oops, that's...
Oh, my gosh.
Should have included the Flash, right? So he's going to have to go with Superman.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, let's go to Amanda.
Hi.
I'm very interested in who people were choosing. So
I know.
Those were good choices.
Here we go.
Well, not all heroes wear capes, which gets me to my next segment. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Lots of memorable characters emerge from Saturday Night Live over the last few decades, including one that's more popular today than ever before. Julia Sweeney created Pat for SNL in the 90s. The idea was that no one knew which gender Pat was. Coworkers, friends, everyone would ask questions to try and get an answer, which they never did. That was the bit. The character was divisive and didn't have the longevity that others did, and eventually vanished. But Pat had fans, and they're showing their love for the character in a new documentary. In We Are Pat, filmmaker Rowan Haber explores the evolution of gender identity and comedy from the 90s to now. It focuses on Pat's LGBTQ+ fans, including many who love to dress as Pat. Take a look.
Pat lingered somewhere in the back of my mind, dormant, until 20 years and a gender journey later.
It was strangely like looking in a mirror. You know, I kind of look like Pat. 13 million people chimed in to watch Pat every Saturday. It is transphobic. It's also funny, and Pat is a non-binary icon.
Could Pat be redone now?
A reimagining, sure, but why?
Oh my goodness, I got chills. You know, it's so nostalgic. Welcome, Rowan. Thank you so much for joining us. First, I want to say I'm so happy that you made a film about Pat. Such a beloved character for me as a kid watching SNL in the 90s. What really, truly resonated about Pat and Julia for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a kid, you just are kind of drawn towards humor. And also, I feel like we're in this like really hard political moment now. So I feel like humor is more important now than ever in a way. And I think Pat's sort of, I don't know, like maybe Julia's physical comedy and Pat's just like inherent goodness in a way. Like I think there's something really earnest about Pat that as a kid I was really into, but also like as the movie explores, there's something about like a sense of recognition. Like if you're like a queer or trans person, there's either Pat was either something that you're like, oh my God, maybe something about that resonates with me, or Pat acted as a sort of cautionary tale because you're like, that's meant to sort of be me, but also everyone thinks that character is gross. You know what I mean?
And there's the humor in between both of those. Yes. And so I want to ask you, because when I said hello to you backstage, the question I asked you, which I'm so glad was asked in the film, do you feel that Pat could still be a sketch on SNL today in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of what we're exploring in the film, and we have I bring together a group of trans comedians and writers in a writer's room, and we try to reimagine the Pat sketches for today And we do redo the Pat sketches. You know, you'll have to see the film to see whether or not you feel like that's, you know, like they should be redone. But it is that's kind of the question of the film in a way. And I think that, you know, what's cool about SNL today is that they do have a bit of a different, like, you know, times have evolved, culture has evolved, SNL has evolved in a lot of ways. And so I think that I feel like Pat would be able to be redone today, but it would have to be redone by different people. And there would have to be like, it would almost have to be meta in the sense of like, there'd be acknowledging kind of the history of Pat, and maybe it'd be like a trans person playing Pat and the jokes would be different. But it is, it's complicated as you see in the film because all the things that make Pat are kind of offensive things. So then you're like,
now, especially and back then, you know, it was a skit, but now you're just kind of a jerk if you did or said a lot of those things.
Yes, correct.
There was the skit where the coworkers are trying to find out which gender Pat is, and they both, the men and the women in the office came up to Pat and said, you know, Pat, we're having a party and the men are bringing liquor and the women are bringing dessert. So what are you bringing? And everyone's on the edge of their seat to see what Pat says. And Pat says, I'll be bringing the Pepto-Bismol. And being able to laugh in and of itself, like at your own, I guess, expense at that time, Julia Sweeney really was ahead of her time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think she definitely, when she went into this, she wasn't imagining like a trans person or a non-binary person.
She's an icon.
Yeah, she literally was just sort of like, okay, the joke is about, you know, whether like the sort of tension and humor of not knowing someone's gender. So I don't, you know, at the time she didn't really know what she was playing with, but weirdly it became prescient of a non-binary identity, which is not to say that that didn't exist back then. We just didn't have the language and kind of understanding that we do now. But yeah, she definitely was, I almost think of like Pat as like an idiot savant of being like, it's like really offensive and transphobic, but also a total non-binary icon and also kind of radical.
Absolutely. I also, you know, as I was doing my research on this, I'm looking at Pat, and I made my own acronym for it. It's PAT. And, you know, in a world where if you're confused or you don't know what to say or how to say it, please ask them.
Wow, I'm gonna put that on a hat. Like, that's really
Please ask them.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like a guidance right there. Totally. You know, you don't have to be afraid to ask a question. It's more offensive, I feel, if you don't.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, I think asking someone's pronouns, or like if you don't know, like how should I address you? Like,
please ask them.
Yeah, totally.
So that's
I love that.
Yeah, thank you. How do you feel, and why do you feel that we are all a little bit Pat?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I love that question. Pat kind of represents like that kind of funny, nerdy, like side of yourself that you feel a little bit self-conscious about. Like, I think that we all have something that we feel a little bit cringe about in ourselves, right? And I think the cool thing is Pat is cringe and Pat is all of that, but Pat very much owns it. You know, like if you look at these sketches, Pat has all the power in the sketches because everybody is losing their mind around Pat, and Pat is calm and extremely confident.
Yes.
So in a way, I think it's like, okay, that thing that you feel cringy about, that thing that you feel self-conscious about, that's your superpower in a way, and like just kind of own it, like own the piece of yourself that you feel like is the embarrassment, you know?
I love that too. Embrace your cringe. Take back control of the cringe.
There you go.
June is Pride Month, and I know that the focus is obviously Pat, but I want to give you your flowers and focus on Rowan for a second, because you definitely are featured in the film, and it's almost a love letter to young Rowan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I would love for you to take this opportunity in June to tell young Rowan how proud you are of them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I'm proud that I think more than proud, it's a little bit like, wow, can you believe that your first feature-length film is about this weird character that you're obsessed with? It's a little bit more like, be careful of what you're obsessed with as a child, in a way. Like,
it'll come back.
Yeah. Thank God I wasn't obsessed with something weirder. You know what I mean? Like, it's good.
There are weirder things, trust.
With Pat. But yeah, I mean, I think what's cool about the film in terms of Pride Month is like, the film in itself is not political. It's actually quite funny, and it's not meant to be political. But I think because of the way that trans people are being politicized right now by this current political environment, and just where really the legislation that's happening, like the film becomes political because we have trans people in it. You know what I mean? But I think the thing is, like, this film really just shows us in all of our, like, nuance, in the ways that we can be, like, funny, dumb, idiotic, like, all these...
Human.
Yeah, exactly. It's not at all like a coming out movie. It's not a trauma movie. It's literally, it's funny. So I think that's... When I think about Pride Month, I think about, like, showing nuance, you know, in folks of different parts of the spectrum.
Yes, agreed. And Lorne Michaels gave it his blessing.
Yes.
Julia, the godfather of SNL.
There we go. Julia reached out to him and he said, I'm so glad that you found some, like, a little bit of a resting place for Pat in a way, because I think that she felt very, you know, like, what happens when your legacy, the thing that you're famous for, is something that's a little bit, like, tarnished in reputation. And I think we really, Julia's in the film, and she, and we really together unpack Pat, and, like, I think that she feels, you know, like, a sense of peace around Pat now.
And Pat lives on. We Are Pat is available now to rent or buy on digital. And guess what? There's a special screening this Sunday at Vidiots. I love that place here in LA, along with Rowan, Julia Sweeney, Alan Cumming, and others. They're going to be there in person. It starts at 7. For more information and tickets, go to vidiotsfoundation.org. All right, Sumata, let's send it on over to you for traffic.
We Are Pat. Go check it out. Good Day LA Traffic brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie and calljacob.com. We have a brand new collision. We're going to take you out to the Long Beach area. This is going to be the northbound side of the 710 at Willow Street. 2 vehicles collided here, taking away at least 2 lanes, and it continues to be very slow. This accident just happened, so we don't have any information yet on any injuries, but tow trucks is on the way and CHP on scene. The delays are adding up to 6 miles an hour. It's very slow there. And this is in its final clearing stages. Unfortunately, overnight, there was a fatality crash westbound 134 at the 5. And as that incident is clearing up, we have a separate accident right behind it, not too far at Pacific. So very slow through the Glendale area. You want to make sure you plan for that. And foggy conditions slowly starting to dissipate. And here's a live Caltrans camera look. This is of the baseline area and both directions at baseline. Looks good there. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
And this weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. A live look outside. We've got some clouds. This is our camera up on our rooftop looking towards Century City, and we're seeing a bit of that marine layer. So we've got the June gloom weather pattern with us, and it's going to stay with us through the upcoming weekend. So hopefully you like the cooler temperatures. I'm not complaining, that's for sure. We've got the stronger sea breeze, onshore flow, a trough of lower pressure to our north. All the wet weather will stay to our north. So if you don't want it to be wet, you'll still get that wish as we get into the upcoming weekend. And then as we look ahead beyond this weekend and even this week, looking at the timestamp there, July 2nd to the 6th, we're going to continue this trend with cooler than average temperatures. At the beach today, 67 to 71 with some sunshine a little bit later, but those surf heights 2 to 4 feet, Ventura County, LA beaches, 3 to 5 plus from Orange County into San Diego. Here's our 7-day forecast. 78 for downtown LA, even cooler on Sunday. We're going to hang on to this pattern as we get into next week. 83 for the valleys and the Inland Empire. Look at the 70s coming back on Sunday. This is in the valley. 75 up into the mountains, beautiful, and Big Bear cooling off to the upper 60s this weekend. And as we get to the high desert, some gustier winds this afternoon and evening. 86 degrees there, cooling down to around 80 on Sunday, and then out towards the Coachella Valley, 103 today, down to around 94 by this coming Sunday. Upper 90s as we get into next week, but it's going to stay dry all the way through the end of the month and to welcome July next week. Back to you.
Thank you. We have Sandra here with more on a local TikTok creator taking soccer to new heights.
This is so cool what he does on TikTok. A lot of people are taking to TikTok to show all their skills and tricks. And Efron, he is using jaw-dropping trick shots to get millions of views. And we met up with him to put our athletic skills to the test, me and Bobby. And let's just say it looks a whole lot easier on social media.
As soon as I could walk, I just play soccer. Easy. I did play for a couple years in college. Hard. Got injured. That led me to a path to making content. Impossible.
The accuracy.
Let's go!
To make the shot. And the fun and challenge of it all.
Yeah, let's go, dude!
Meet TikTok creator Efron.
Yeah.
Today I'm taking balls to the face, but the balls get progressively heavier.
Who is wowing his following with soccer skills and super shots.
Oh my God!
I'm just very excitable. A lot of times when I just make content, I'm like, it's very easy for me to celebrate, to just enjoy it.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Ah!
A lot of it is just, can I control my balls? Starting with 5 miles per hour. Like, what's the most craziest thing you could do on a soccer field?
100 miles per hour! 3, 2, 1, ow!
Things that people have never seen before.
Yeah, let's go!
He started playing soccer since he was 4 years old.
When I play soccer, it's like all my problems just go away. So it's like a therapy for me, you know?
This is a lot of balls.
And now wants to spread the joy.
My purpose for all this, I want to be able to give back. Give to kids who either eat or buy the new cleats, you know?
Banana.
There you go!
This trick shot content creator is putting Bob and I to the test.
Left leg. There you go!
Basically showing us it really is harder than it looks.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
But whether you're good or bad, a pro or beginner, Efron says the sport is all about one thing.
So who's better, me or Sandra?
Oh, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Soccer brings everyone together. It's
3, 2, 1, kick!
with TikTok, everything's a level playing field. So no matter if you're big or small,
Ronaldo or Messi,
everyone has a chance to really be like the top creator there.
And whatever the goal, big or small,
one of the most craziest moments I've ever had was seeing Ronaldo score.
He says you always have to hit the celly.
Ronaldo! Relief, aggression, delight,
Sandra with the wind whipping in your hair like that.
It was so fun to learn from one of the best.
Wow.
Obviously, all these trick shots are very difficult to do, so he's highly skilled. It's amazing to see what these TikTok creators are putting out there, and it's really bringing people into the sport and enjoying the love of soccer and all the difficulties that those players have to endure, right? So.
Do it again.
See Ronaldo on Saturday. Portugal will be playing again, so everyone can do the signature selling.
What do you have to say with it?
So like that.
So.
Yeah.
No one can do it like you. That was awesome. Tougher than it looks, right?
Definitely. for sure. I'll just be cheering on the sidelines for sure.
Welcome to 9 a.m. on this Friday. I'm Roxy Carbadian.
I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us. Maria, how's the forecast looking for this weekend?
It looks good. Looks good. We've got some pleasant temperatures that we are expecting. The humidity is to our east now. A lot of that monsoonal moisture, as you can see, pushing into parts of Arizona. We do have the marine layer. The onshore flow and that cloud cover has extended inland, which is nice. Adding just some moisture into the atmosphere is always good to help mitigate fire danger a little bit. Temperatures ranging from 60 degrees in Pasadena, currently 68 in Santa Ana, 66 in Long Beach. It's 70 degrees in Big Bear to that 87 in Palm Springs. High temperatures today ranging from 103 in Palm Springs to the very comfortable 86 in the high desert. The winds will kick in later this afternoon, evening, as it typically does for the mountains and deserts. 75 up into Big Bear, downtown LA, around 78 today. That's just a degree shy of the average. Low 80s for the valleys and the Inland Empire to around 71 at the coast. I'll go over the rest of the weekend and what we can expect next week as we start a new month. Coming up, my complete forecast. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. No verdict and plenty of questions in the Palisades Fire trial. Jurors are back in court this morning, one day after telling the judge they were deadlocked.
Let's go to the federal courthouse in downtown LA. That's where Gigi's standing by. So a short time ago, what was the update?
Well, court went into session at 8:20 this morning, but it was only for the defense and the prosecution. Now, the accused, Jonathan Rinderknecht, was in court this morning, and this comes on the heels of yesterday, the jury sending the judge a note saying that they are dead set, unwavering, and unwilling to change their opinion. Today, both the defense and the prosecution had to present their response to that. Now, no surprise, the defense urged the judge to declare a mistrial. Let's just get this over with in a nutshell. No surprise, the prosecution, the United States government, said, no, 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 no. We want you to invoke something called the Allen charge, and this is where we get a little complicated into legalese. The Allen charge, which in California is not permissible in state court, but it is permissible in federal court, is basically the judge saying to the jury, I want you to go back and continue deliberating. Do not change your position, but go in with an open mind. Listen to those who have a different opinion from yours. The judge must also say something to the effect, this court is not coercing you to reach a decision. We are encouraging you to continue deliberation. There's very strict language that must be used by the judge to send the jury back. The judge, though, said she really doesn't want to invoke the Allen charge. There's no mandate that she has to. What she wants to do is poll the jurors, starting with the foreman. And she wants to ask him a series of specific questions, starting with, is it your opinion that the jury cannot agree on a verdict on any of the 3 counts of arson against Jonathan Rinderknecht? Now, you'll remember that Rinderknecht is accused of starting a fire that days later would morph into the Palisades Fire. He is being blamed by the United States government. The defense attorney says he had nothing to do with the Palisades Fire. There's no evidence linking him to any of these fires. Again, the prosecution disagrees. The judge will then ask the foreman, is there anything the court can do to help you reach a decision? And she'll also ask, is there a reasonable probability that if we send you back, you can reach a verdict? She will then ask each and every juror. Now, the prosecution, they quickly opposed that. They said that polling should come after a Allen charge, after they're sent back. The prosecution also said they've only deliberated for 13 hours over 2 days, that they asked for no testimony to be read back. They didn't ask to look at any evidence. The defense is saying, you know what? Mistrial. They can't come to a decision. They've been very clear in what they've said. At 9 a.m. right now, the jury is being brought in, and that polling will start. Our Christina Gonzalez is upstairs. I'm going to go join her to continue following the proceedings today. Will there be a mistrial, or will the jury agree to go back and deliberate? We'll have the latest coming up as soon as it happens right here on Good Day LA. For now, I'm Gigi Graciette live in downtown Los Angeles.
Gigi, thank you for that detailed explanation. That really helps people understand exactly what's going on. Appreciate that. All right, so we are following the desperate search for survivors in Venezuela following back-to-back earthquakes earlier this week.
And Brooke is joining us with the very latest.
Hey there, good morning. Yes, the death toll is climbing, sadly, as people try to pick up the pieces, right? Pick their way through the rubble of destroyed buildings. Here's where we stand now. The country's interim president says at least 589 people are confirmed dead. About 3,000 others are hurt. Nearly 50,000 people are still listed as missing. This is the result of 2 earthquakes that rocked the northern part of the country on Wednesday. The first registered a magnitude 7.2. The other struck just 38 seconds later. Just put that in perspective. Just 38 seconds later, clocking in at magnitude 7.5. Rescue teams from around the world are heading to Venezuela, including specialized teams from LA County Fire.
Last year, this team deployed to Jamaica. This year, they're going to Venezuela. You can never predict when the crises are going to happen, but our team plans to be ready anytime the crises do happen.
The 71-member team known as USA 2 departed from its headquarters in Pacoima yesterday, bound for the disaster zone. The group includes 6 K-9 teams and approximately 84,000 pounds of equipment, all loaded onto large trucks ahead of their departure. Venezuela has a long record of damaging earthquakes as it sits on active tectonic boundaries and has experienced 5 major earthquakes in the last century. If you would like to find a way to help the effort in Venezuela, go to state.gov. I mean, we've seen obviously devastating earthquakes in many countries, including ours, right, around the world. But we also see how hard it takes to rebuild and how this affects countries for years and years to come.
Sure, economically, obviously personal toll.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just the grief that a lot of people feel.
And, you know, I think I've just been thinking about this since yesterday, putting it in perspective. Even when we have just like a light earthquake here, there's no damage, no one's hurt. It shakes you, right? Just for a quick second, you move on. But to think that you're in that space where everything around you has gone down.
Yeah.
You haven't even just shaken it off to realize what's happening, where you are, where's my family, and another one happens, and it's worse. Just seconds later. It's just horrifying.
For many, many years, the devastation is going to be evident.
Yes.
You think about just the number of people that are trapped or still haven't been found or missing. They're thinking the death toll could go possibly up to 100,000, which is so heartbreaking to hear.
Right.
There's going to be so many children who are left as orphans as a result of this quake, and it's just, it just really breaks your heart.
Financially, so many children, their lives are going to be changed forever.
Or even the injuries. Some of the injuries people sustain may leave them having to have a leg amputated, a hand amputated. It's just an earthquake like this in a country where the infrastructure may be not up to code.
The political infrastructure is in a disarray.
Right.
Yes.
So this is something that we are going to be following, and the repercussions for years to come. Yeah, for sure. All right, Brooke, thank you.
Of course.
All right, on to this now. Team USA completes the group stage on top despite a 3-2 loss last night at Los Angeles Stadium. Turkey didn't want to go home without a goal and without a win, so that team came out aggressive and came to play. Turkey got what it wanted, scoring a last-minute go-ahead goal in the extra time last night. This was against a USA team which relied heavily on its bench to keep key starters healthy and away from getting a second yellow card before the knockout round. There were 9 new starters taking the pitch for Team USA last night, many players entering their first World Cup game of their careers. The good news is we saw USA star Christian Pulisic come in the second half. He looked good, making an impact right away with a spark on the field, on the pitch, and this is after nursing a calf injury and skipping out on the Australia game. Coach Mauricio Pochettino says they'll be ready for Wednesday's game.
The objective was to finish first, and we are first. And now it's the next stage, and it's going to be a final, and we are ready. We are much better than before that game because we had players now with 90 minutes in their legs and performing. I think ready to help if we need from the beginning or after from the bench. I think it's all positive. I am confused, but maybe the mood is like, or the vibe is like. We go home tonight and Turkey stay, no?
A loss against Turkey last night doesn't change the fact the U.S. men's national team is heading into the knockout stage in good position, facing Bosnia-Herzegovina on July 1st in Santa Clara. Meantime, today there's some big matchups in store on Fox. At noon, 2 teams with powerhouse players, Norway and France, face off in Boston. Then Uruguay faces Spain at 5 o'clock in Guadalajara. And tonight at 8, New Zealand takes on Belgium in Vancouver.
FIFA World Cup fans are jet-setting through LAX this morning to attend any one of the 6 final group round matches across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico today.
Mario joining us live at LAX with more. Are you finding fans?
Yeah, Sandra, Roxy, it has not been difficult at all to find people specifically traveling for the World Cup and the Team USA matchup against Turkey yesterday. So let's talk to some here. This beautiful couple here, husband and wife, they've been married for 33 years, I just found out, and they share the passion of Team USA. So tell me first, Jeff, what's your role with the team?
So I'm a volunteer on U.S. Soccer's Development Council,
So we help raise dollars for scholarships and coaching because U.S. soccer doesn't get government funding. So we get corporate and private funding. We have something called the U.S. Insiders Program. We really get grassroots support for the team.
So you're very familiar with this team. You've been following every single game. You say this is unmatched, the energy that you're seeing during this tournament.
Yeah, it's just been, I mean, I am so thrilled. I was last at the 1994 World Cup when the U.S. hosted. The energy was good then. It's fantastic now. I mean, last night, SoFi was just shaking. So.
There we go. The excitement is building throughout the airport, and it was down to the wire. So you were in there as well, all tensed up.
Yes, I mean, it was an amazing game. All three, we've been here, we've been to Seattle, and then back here, and the crowds have been amazing. The play has been fabulous. The play has been fabulous, and we've just been having a blast.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys for stopping and talking to us. You all are heading home, I know, and then you'll be heading to San Francisco on Wednesday to watch the team once again. So
great
appreciate
job hosting LA.
Yeah, great job hosting LA because we are one of the host cities here in the United States. So let's show you the Fan Fest at Union Station in downtown LA because thousands of people packed that area yesterday watching the match, the event bringing together people from all over right into the heart of Los Angeles. And we've been hearing people who attended, travelers here at LAX, getting in on the action last night, even if they didn't go to the game. Take a listen.
It was incredible. I went to Union Station, the fan zone. It was really cool. Everyone was very supportive, but unfortunately, the U.S. lost against Turkey. But still, the ambient, the people were so lively that I really enjoyed it.
The games are exciting, you know, like yesterday, the game U.S.-Turkey, you know. I had a feeling that Turkey is going to put all the anger on this game with U.S., you know, because they're a really great team, and it was unfortunate that they didn't go through for a big nation like Turkey. But yeah, I mean, all over the country, right? Mexico, U.S., Canada.
So the FIFA Fan Zone at Union Station open through Sunday and gates open daily at 10:30 a.m. here at LAX. Fans continuing to leave after last night's game, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more arriving ahead of Sunday's game here at LA Stadium. For now, that's the latest here at LAX. We'll send it back to you.
I love to see it. All the fans coming out for
all the
World
people
Cup.
you're meeting at the airport.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, very
all
good.
Right, Mario.
Thanks, Mario.
Thank you.
Hi.
Maria.
Yeah, the airport's always fun, you know, seeing all new faces from all over the world. You never know the connections you might make. Mario. All right, good morning to you. Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. Here is a quick update on that crash. Unfortunately, it was a fatality crash. This is on the West 134 at the 5. I think they're at the end stages of this, but there's still some backup on that 134, so just think about that before you head out. We have live traffic cameras here. This is the 91 freeway, the eastbound side on the left-hand side at the 55. And it looks like Friday Light here at the moment. That looks good. Drive times in and out of downtown LA, also pretty good. Westbound 10 between the 5 to the 405 headed to Santa Monica, just 24 minutes. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, just 16 minutes. And this is pretty good. I don't think I've seen this in a long time. Actually getting a green here on the West 60 between the 57 to the 5, just 21 minutes. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Welcome back. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Supergirl just landed in theaters and hopes to be the next summer blockbuster.
And if that happens, her dog may have a lot to do with it. Amanda sat down with the star and screenwriter.
Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. I know they say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I think dogs are a Supergirl's best friend.
I think you're right.
I think so.
I smell a campaign with
dogs?
Tiffany.
RSPCA.
Yeah.
Yes,
I feel like there's a
go.
diamond thing we could do.
That was a whole marketing thing.
Yeah.
That was how that all started. But it's,
anyway.
as a dog mama, I was on the edge of my seat because there is nothing I would not do for my dog.
Yeah.
And whether we have bad days or good days. So was that something that was important to you to show that not every day is super?
Well, I mean, I think that that's kind of integral to the way that she exists in the world, is that she's been dealt a very unique and hard set of cards to deal with. So I think that, most days aren't super. For her.
If Millie looks extra familiar for you, you've probably seen her in HBO's hit series, House of the Dragon.
I'm right here, Uncle. Dogs, dragons, or dinosaurs next? Like, let's just keep the D.
Dinosaur. The D?
The D.
Careful, girl. Careful, though, girl. Careful.
It's early.
Right.
It's early in the day. Some other mystical creature, maybe divas. I don't know. We could do anything.
Let's do divas.
Let's do divas.
I'd love to do divas.
I would actually love to do divas too.
Supergirl is now in theaters.
And that leads us to our morning poll question of the day. Look at this. Who is your favorite DC superhero? We asked you. Is it Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, or Supergirl? 44% right now say Superman.
Okay. Very good.
We have some comments too. Martha from Rancho Cucamonga saying, I really have a tide between Wonder Woman and the Bionic Woman.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Harold from San Bernardino. We love Harold. I have many favorite DC superheroes. I choose Wonder Woman over Superman, Batman, etc. I admire the original Linda Carter. She kicks a lot of butt. She's my superhero.
Love that, Harold. And Bert from Blythe. Batman is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Keep your comments
Can't
coming.
argue with that, although I'd like to know which version, right? Or just the fictional character itself. So if you're searching for a fun summer outing for the family, I may have just what you're looking for. It's a story of love, friendship, plenty of music by ABBA. Mamma Mia is at the Amundsen Theater, and I had a chance to see it this week. The musical now in its 25th anniversary tour since premiering in London in 1999 and Broadway in 2001. An estimated 70 million people have watched the stage show worldwide. And you know what? You can add my family to that number.
Aww.
Had a chance to take the kids and my husband. He's a huge ABBA fan. Mamma Mia runs at the Amundsen until July 19th. So I think, Sandra, this was my 4th time seeing the show. I saw it in London, New York on Broadway, Vegas. And this time around, I really wanted my kids to experience it. They love all the 70s, 80s music. And I will tell you, if you're not a musical person, you don't have to be, because for example, my husband, who's not, he was bopping through that whole performance because the music is so good, and there's a reason.
Right?
Yeah, there's a reason that this has existed for so many years. It's how creatively they've been able to put the storyline together with all this iconic music.
And your girls loved it?
They did, and so many of you reached out asking, my thoughts, and I highly encourage you to check it out.
All right, we'll have to do that. Thank you. All right, on to this now. Let's go back to Gigi outside the federal courthouse in downtown LA with breaking news in the Palisades Fire suspect trial. Gigi.
That's right. The judge has just officially declared a mistrial in the federal case against Jonathan Rinderknecht. The jury telling the judge they are unable to arrive at a unanimous decision. They were just polled. 10 of them would have voted not guilty. 2 of them would have voted guilty. But again, they deliberated 13 hours over 2 days. The defense urged the judge to declare declare a mistrial this morning after yesterday the jury sent the judge 2 notes saying they were dead set, unwavering, and unable to reach a decision in this case. The prosecution, the federal prosecution, urged the judge to do something that's called an Allen charge. That's basically where the judge asks the jury to please go back and deliberate again. Do it with an open mind. Do not change your vote or your position, but listen to others of opposing mindset with an open mind. The judge decided not to do the Allen charge. She instead polled all the jurors and found that they cannot come to a unanimous agreement. Now, we expect people to start coming out. Jonathan Rinderknecht was in court, as was his father, friends, and family members. Again, a mistrial has been declared. This is in the Palisades arson fire case. The prosecution charging that the 30-year-old started a fire, the Lackman fire, days earlier. He intentionally set that fire. They claimed that fire then morphed into the Palisades fire, and we know what happened after that. The defense attorney said there was no hard evidence linking his client to these fires and that he was not responsible for the Palisades fire. A mistrial has been declared. Of course, we'll bring you the latest on this ongoing saga from downtown Los Angeles. For now, I'm Gigi Graciet. I'll send it back to you.
And let's talk about what happens when this does happen, when there is a mistrial. What's next?
Well, the prosecution will have to decide, and maybe they have made that decision. Many times prosecutors already look ahead and say, if there's a mistrial, we are definitely going to retry this guy. Many of them wait to see. Now, again, the jury was polled. We had 10 jurors saying that they felt he was not guilty. Only 2 felt that he was guilty. Prosecutors obviously will take that into consideration and make a decision if they want to retry him. Of course, this means time, this means money. If they feel strongly about the case, if they feel they do have evidence that might be able to persuade a new jury to reach a different verdict, then they may retry him. We should see if the U.S. government will choose to comment. The defense attorney for Jonathan Rinderknecht usually does speak, and so we are waiting to hear from him.
Yeah, it all depends on how the prosecution presented its case, what evidence they showed and told the jurors about. So clearly it just all depends on what played out throughout the whole trial. Gigi, I wonder if there's any information in terms of reaction from victims. I know it's very early on in all of this, but clearly this is an issue. There's a lot of heightened emotions around all of this.
That's right. This decision just went down in the last, I want to say, 5 to 8 minutes. So no reaction from any of the Palisades victims. We don't know if any of them were in court. I did not personally recognize any. I did see that Jonathan did have his dad there. His dad has been a staple during this trial. Usually his head is bowed. Usually he spends most of the time in court in prayer for his son. We'll see if he wishes to make a comment, but we believe that Jonathan Rinderknecht will be released now that this mistrial has been determined by the judge.
Oh, interesting.
I keep looking back to see if they're coming out.
Of course, yeah, no problem. That's interesting because I was wondering about that, if the defendant automatically is free after a mistrial, and so you're saying that could happen.
I'm understanding that he is going to be released, but this is federal court, and they operate on a lot of different rules and regulations than state court. For example, we've been talking about this Allen charge, and this has been a center of this argument, and the defense opposed the Allen charge being read to jurors. The prosecution urged the judge to read this Allen charge, and it's a specific set of language. Now, the Allen charge in California state court is not permissible, but in federal court it is, and it is basically the judge telling the jury, hey, go back, deliberate, do it with an open mind. Do not change your opinion. Do not feel coerced. That's really important. That part of the language that the judge has to read has to say, we are not trying to coerce you or force you to change your decision or coerce you or force you to reach a unanimous decision. What we're saying is go back in, deliberate some more. The judge did not want to invoke the Allen charge. Instead, she chose to poll the foreman and each individual juror. The prosecution, the U.S. government, urged her to do the Allen charge, saying, hey, these jurors have only deliberated for 13 hours over 2 days. The prosecution noted they never asked for any readbacks on testimony. They didn't ask to see any documents. They didn't ask to see any evidence. And the prosecution made it clear that they were filing their opposition to the judge not doing this Allen charge, as it's called. Meanwhile, the defense attorney basically got what he was fighting for. The defense attorney early this morning, 8:20, stood in front of the judge and said, hey, the jury is clear. They can't reach a decision. Let's call it now. It's a mistrial. So the judge said she didn't want to do the Allen charge because she felt that in the notes that the jury sent her yesterday, they were extremely clear. As a matter of fact, the judge noted that the jury foreman, he's the one who speaks for the jury, actually underlined, we cannot reach a unanimous decision, underlined, stressing. And she felt that they spoke with such clarity that they were deadlocked that she didn't want to do the Allen charge. She did not want to send them back because she felt they were extremely clear in their notes to her.
It would have been a waste of time, it sounds like, according to the judge. All right, Gigi, thank you so much for being there. You, along with Christina Gonzalez, I believe she's also there. We will have more, of course, to come. This is a very big story here for us locally, and it's gotten a lot of national attention as well.
All right, Gigi, thank you.
All right, in the meantime, let's talk about our weather forecast for today and this upcoming weekend. Good DTLA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino. A live look outside right now at Santa Monica, and we see the overcast skies, kind of a mix of some sunshine and some clouds inland. Depending on where you are at this hour, we're definitely feeling the effects of that onshore flow and this marine layer. It's producing this June gloomy weather pattern, and it will continue into the weekend and even into next week. We've got a trough of low pressure to our north. This is what's increasing our winds a little bit later for the afternoon, evening hours as you head over the mountains and over to the desert community. So we do have some wind alerts and weather alerts that are going into place today into tomorrow. We've got some moisture, too, picking up here by the radar. And as we take a look at the weekend, we could maybe even squeeze out some light drizzle, which would be good for helping to just mitigate this fire danger. These are the weather alerts in place, mostly for the inland areas, out towards the deserts, the high desert areas with those strong gusty winds, and red flag warnings for the combination of dry conditions, windy conditions, and warm conditions for those heightened fire danger areas. I'll show you the 7-day forecast coming up when we come back. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Breaking news, the judge in the Palisades Fire trial has just declared a mistrial. The move came a day after jurors told the judge they were deadlocked. The jury was deciding the fate of Jonathan Rinderknecht, who was accused of starting the fire that eventually grew into the deadly Palisades Fire. The jury initially announced it reached a verdict yesterday, but later sent a note to the court saying the panel was still at a standstill and that disagreeing jurors were unwilling to change their mind.
Other top stories this morning, the earthquake death toll in Venezuela has climbed to nearly 600 people, about 3,000 others injured, and 50,000 people still listed as missing. Rescue teams from around the world, they are headed there to help, including specialized teams from LA County Fire. The magnitude 7.2 and 7.5 quakes hit less than a minute apart. It was about 38 seconds apart. That was 100 miles west of the capital city of Caracas on Wednesday.
Team USA lost to Turkey in its final group round match at Los Angeles Stadium in Inglewood last night. The U.S. appeared to be headed to a draw until Turkey pulled out an extraordinary last-minute goal in extra time. The 3-2 victory was Turkey's only tournament win, but it wasn't enough to advance. The U.S. had already secured a spot to play in the round of 32 elimination matches, the first game coming against Bosnia and Herzegovina in Santa Clara on Wednesday.
Community members rally for answers and action after a devastating warehouse fire in Boyle Heights.
Boyle Heights are experiencing yet another serious health and environmental emergency caused by another irresponsible multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Activists from the group Inner City Struggle spoke out yesterday, demanding to know what they've been breathing since the flames erupted last week at the massive cold storage facility. Some neighbors say they don't trust officials who say that the air quality is not dangerous.
No, I don't trust it because I'm living it. The air quality is not okay. It's not right. Like I said, I'm suffering. My throat hurts. My eyes are burning every day. So this is not true.
Firefighters declared a knockdown Wednesday night. Crews are hosing down hotspots, preparing to build the building preparing that is to hand the building back to owners today. And the cause, of course, still under investigation.
Some last-minute maneuvering by California lawmakers. Business groups and anti-tax activists kill a high-stakes tax proposal from the November ballot. The ballot measure would have required special taxes approved by local governments to get 2/3 support from voters to pass, and would have invalidated previous tax increases that didn't meet those standards. The measure would have immediately overturned LA's mansion tax passed by voters in 2023. The 11th hour deal creates a ballot initiative that keeps the 2/3 majority but removes the retroactive element. It also prohibits ballot measures that create new property taxes that surpass what are currently in California's Constitution. Supporters of Prop 13 call the new measure a win for home and business owners. It is opening day for Fan Expo in Anaheim, bringing celebrity guests, collectibles, and plenty of cosplay to the convention center.
Let's go to Coco, live there this morning. Hi, Coco.
Hey there, if you love all things comic books, anime, pop culture, then Fan Expo is the place that you need to be this afternoon when it opens here for the first time in Southern California at the Anaheim Convention Center. I am here with Andrew now, who's the Vice President of Fan Expo, and tell us all about Fan Expo and what it's going to bring here to Anaheim.
Well, we're so excited to be here. Our first show here is Fan Expo Anaheim. This is a celebration, as you say, of all things pop culture, whether you love sci-fi, gaming, horror, anime, and of course comics, where this all started. It's all going to be celebrated here under one roof. It's very exciting.
It is really exciting. And talk about some of the things that people will be able to see and do here.
Well, there's so much. I mean, obviously you're going to be able to meet some big names. We have some an incredible lineup this year. Mark Hamill is going to be here. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that. We're celebrating the 25th anniversary of The Lord of the Rings. So all 4 hobbits are going to be here Sunday. They're doing a special event on Sunday night where you can see them all on stage together. So that's super exciting. Lots of other celebrities, Jared Padalecki, some massive comic names. If you're into anime, Maylee Flanagan is another huge name. She's going to be here, the voice actor. So again, regardless of what your fandom is, it's celebrated and represented here at Fan Expo Anaheim.
And the cool thing about Fan Expo is it's the largest producer of Comic-Con style events in the world, right? And it's now here.
Oh yeah, we're doing one of these almost every weekend across North America, which is awesome. And, you know, we talk about celebrities, we talk about shopping. Behind me here is our retail and artist floor. Hundreds of retailers for you to pick up unique, one-of-a-kind pop culture merchandise. And our artists, all unique. And the artists are there. You get to meet them and chat about the things that they've created. And really, you have some bragging rights in that area because they're truly one of a kind over there.
And because it's the inaugural year for this one here, what should people know ahead of time before they come here?
Well, you got to head to the website, fanexpoanaheim.com. That's a place where you can get your tickets. You can also pick up tickets here at the convention center. But the website is where all the information is. Who's coming, what time they're appearing, where you can find them, where you can buy certain things. You got to hit our socials as well, wherever you sort of the social platform that you go to, and wear comfortable shoes because you're going to get your steps in.
I love that. Thank you so much, Andrew, for talking to us. How cool! Fan Expo is going to start today at 3 p.m. and then it's also going to run on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. Like Andrew mentioned, head over to the website for all of the information and to be able to get your tickets. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Coco, thank you. Super fun there. All right, in 1990, the band Nelson released a song that became a huge hit.
That song, Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection.
Oh, what a great song to...
What a great vibe.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Roll down the windows and blast that music out of your car. Gunnar and Matthew's song immediately became a staple on MTV and was one of the top singles of 1990. Gunnar and Matthew hit the stage tonight at the Canyon in Agoura to play all of the hits.
I learned my lesson well. You see, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Hey, hey, hello, I'm Mary Lou. A good night, heart.
And here to talk about the show, their career, talented family, how they ended up in the season finale of Peacemaker, Gunnar and Matthew Nelson. Still with the fabulous hair, can I just say?
Well, we did look like hot Swedish chicks.
No, seriously, what is the secret to your hair?
It's funny. You know what? The title of our book is literally "What Happened to Your Hair?" Because that's the first thing that people say.
Want to know. Yeah.
You know? The secret? Great doctors. I don't know.
No.
We've had a good run with that, and of course there are two of us, so it's a lot to look at. We get it. But, it's nice. God brought us in as twins, and navigating this business as long as we have, and trying to maintain being good guys in the world's worst business is a challenge, and that's what we write about in that thing too.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that, because the industry is so challenging, competitive, twisted in a way, right?
Yeah.
And to stay kind of like on the right path and to be so successful.
I think it helped actually coming from the family that we did. We've been doing this for over 125 years. Not us personally, but, but it was really kind of what the family, not only the family business, but what the family ethos was trying to be good people in a crazy world. And each generation of the family made their own mark in ways that were relevant for the times. We're in the Guinness Book as the only family in history with 3 generations of #1 hit makers in it. Yeah, Ozzy and Harriet had a big band in the 30s, and they had a bunch of hits, and our dad sold 500 million records in his career, and of course it was
look him up. He was beautiful,
impossibly good looking. And then Gunn and I show up on MTV and did something for our generation as well. And we wound up, I think, how many was it, like 6 top 10 records now?
We sold 6 million records to a bunch of kids who had no idea who Ricky Nelson or Ozzy and Harriet were.
And that's what we're doing now. Is when we go and play and we do an acoustic show, we've found a way of integrating not only our hit songs but our dad's as well.
I love that.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice. We've got video that goes through it, so anybody that comes to see our show, they get some story time and some songs, and we're kind of anti-AI. You know, it's real in a world of digital music. You know, actually computers that are doing it for people.
It must be challenging because it's all taken over.
Not really. I mean, the way that I look at it is it just makes the real stuff. I mean, what they say, human is the new vinyl.
Authentic.
Right. That's right.
So,
authentic.
Yeah, you just got to do what you do and make it honest. And if people believe it, you'll be fine.
Did you grow up though having pressure, given your family legacy of hit after hit and success after success?
was just our normal, to be honest with you. You got to think about it. When you're a kid, you don't know what famous is. It's just
that's what it is.
Yeah, you see your dad with an acoustic guitar in his hand writing a song or putting a band together or being on stage, and you thought, okay, everybody's dad's a rock star.
That's right. We didn't know until much later that it wasn't normal for people to ask your whole family for autographs at dinner. You know, the only time we knew he was a big deal really was first time was when we went to school and it was parent-teacher night, and all the teachers started frantically putting on makeup because they heard Ricky Nelson was coming.
Oh my
So I was like, oh, maybe there's something here. But it was nice because they were all very genuine people. And then we got the other side of the family, the Harmons. You know, Uncle Mark has done pretty well on NCIS all these years and stuff. So that's our mom's brother. And it's just what we're an entertainment family.
Yeah,
and,
truly the definition of the entertainment.
I guess what we had was we had an example of it's all possible, because honestly, we write about this too. You'd be amazed at, even though where we came from, everybody took it on as a challenge to be the first people to teach us what the real world was like, and oh, it's really tough or whatever. Our upbringing was really not Ozzie and Harriet. You know, there were some challenges and stuff, but we got through it with 3 rules that we try to live by. Number 1, be undeniably good. Number 2, never lose your sense of humor. And this book is full of that. And number 3, don't be a jerk. You know, but we don't use that word. But you know what I mean.
I have a number 4.
Oh, what's number 4?
Always have gray hair.
Gray hair, okay.
Yeah.
Or cool shoes.
Yeah. Or cool shoes.
We were just saying that before we came on. We're on Fox, and we're the only 2 blondes.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
Hey, no, not at all.
We changed it up for you.
How did you guys come up with the set list for the acoustic show?
Good idea.
It's kind of tough, actually, with the amount of hits our dad had. We could be playing for 3 straight hours.
We actually, last night, we went almost 2.5.
You know, honestly, just throw a dart at it. They all work. But the show's a little different in the sense that we tell stories in between as well. And we kind of aim to be a cross between the Everly Brothers and the Smothers Brothers. So we make people laugh, too. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that.
And you were talking about roots here in Southern California, growing up in the Palisades, going to Pali High, obviously a neighborhood devastated from the fires, but also performing here, right, in Agoura.
It's a big homecoming for us. It really is. It's crazy. Every time we come back to LA, we've been in Tennessee now I've been there almost 30 years. But we were born at St. Joe's in Burbank, and we were
Valley kids, and then moved over to the west side, so we kind of got both elements. And our skin shows that we did our time surfing at Will Rogers State Beach. And so when the fire happened too, it was devastating. And we had a lot of friends that were seriously affected by that. And I never go on social media and talk about it, but the first thing I said was something along the lines of, boy, when they try to rebuild, it's going to be a problem, you know, with permits and all that stuff. And it's still going on.
Yeah, we pray for them all the time.
God bless all those people that were affected by it, you know. We had just come actually from doing an event, a concert in Maui for the Maui fire, and it seems so eerily similar, you know, to Lahaina.
These are interesting times. We look at it this way. We are literally the guys who are fiddling while Rome's burning. But our job is to bring people together and make people forget about all of that stuff. And music does. It really is. Not only the little time machines, your songs, but it's as close to magic as you get.
It's an escape, too.
Yeah, for real. That's our job, is just to make people happy. I know it sounds trite, but we think nowadays with the world being crazy, it's more important than ever.
I think it's noble. You know, why not? Do what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're celebrating the bestseller, encouraging people to pick up a copy. What Happened to Your Hair? Perfect title.
No ghostwriters, by the way.
No, this is a real book.
Real book, you guys. Anti-AI right here.
Yeah, well, you can tell with the tone of the book. It's self-effacing, and for example, you can read the quotes on the back of the book. They're usually superlatives, right? We start with ours, with our mom's quote, I was married to their father. I'm not impressed. Mom.
I love that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
so great.
It's a fun read.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And of course, we want to make sure people get tickets to tonight's show at the Canyon in Agoura. So go to NelsonTwins.com. And the best-selling book is also out now.
Yep. Yeah. Amazon's a good place.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great weekend.
You too.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Breaking news, the judge in the Palisades Fire trial has just declared a mistrial. Prosecutors are already promising to retry the case.
This post from Bill Asaley, the assistant U.S. attorney, saying this: the evidence is strong that Jonathan Rindernach is responsible for igniting the fire on January 1st, 2025, which eventually became the Palisades Fire. We fully intend to retry this case before a new jury and obtain guilty verdicts on all charged accounts.
Today's mistrial comes a day after jurors told the judge they were deadlocked. The jury was deciding the fate of Rindernach, and he is accused of starting the fire that eventually grew into the deadly Palisades Fire.
We do have a crew downtown, and we'll be bringing you more information as we get it. So the BET experience is back in LA, turning the Beehive into a celebration of food, fashion, and of course, culture.
Executive producer Alicia Howard joins us live with a preview of everything waiting for fans. This sounds like so much fun. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good. So tell us all about what fans and people who come out can experience. What do you got in store?
Yeah, so we're super excited. This year we're bringing it to the Beehive, which is in South Central LA. We have a fun, long list of events. We had celebrity basketball take place yesterday at the USC. And today we have a fun day of programming, as well as tomorrow, starting today at 5 p.m. We have a list of panels, podcasts, live events, performances, big headliners, and the gaming house. We have a fun exchange and retail space that we're partnered with Mass Appeal on. So a lot of really cool, fun brands, such as like Brandon Blackwood, will be in the space. So yeah, a lot of exciting things happening today.
What is different and new perhaps this year that fans can expect?
Yeah, very much a different event. Well, same event, slightly different pivots, and like I mentioned, we're now taking place at the Beehive, which is a new change. It's very fun and exciting. It's usually at the LACC. So the Beehive, being based in the community, being Black-owned, very fun and exciting space to be in because it's a well-crafted environment, and it's an indoor-outdoor space, different from a convention center. So it's a new experiment for the BTX team.
And what advice do you have for someone who wants to make the most out of their experience, because there is so much to see and do?
Yeah, I recommend coming early, getting in the space, really kind of moving through all the different spaces. As I mentioned, we have fun gaming house, which we're partnering with Trap Sushi on, which is really fun anime. There'll be gaming competitions taking place. Mentioned the exchange with all the retail spaces. A lot of food vendors. We have really fun food trucks that'll be here, as well as a nice eating lounge where people will be able to take a quick respite from the outdoor space. And we also bring in Everyday People. Everyday People is, if you're familiar, is a day party that is, the Beehive is the home for Everyday People. So it's really cool to partner, first time ever partnership with Selection as well, which is also another day party dance collective that's taking place on Saturday. So lots of new fun partnerships for BTX.
Oh, sounds like a whole lineup of fun.
Very
All
good.
right. Alicia Howard, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Have a great weekend. Speaking of weekend forecast.
Yeah, it looks good. You guys, we've got an area of low pressure that is moving to our north. It's not going to impact us directly with any wet weather, but it is continuing to reinforce the onshore flow. So we've got this June gloomy type of weather pattern, morning clouds, nighttime clouds, and even some fog, giving way to sunshine in the afternoon. Inland areas clearing first, and then eventually along the coast, we'll see some sunshine. Surf height-wise, speaking of the coast, 2 to 4 feet, Ventura County, LA County beaches, and then 3 to 5 plus, Orange County, San Diego. Those temperatures on the sand near 70, 71 degrees. Downtown LA today, 78. It will cool off to around 72 on Sunday. And we're going to stick with this pattern really in the low 70s along the coast as we get into next week. We're going to see those temperatures below average through the start of July. 83 for the valleys, Inland Empire. Very comfortable today, down to the upper 70s on Sunday. Out towards the mountains, 75. Big Bear, Crestline, Lake Arrowhead, beautiful sunny skies, and then we'll get back to the upper 60s tomorrow and Sunday. The high desert areas, we've got some winds picking up, actually the mountains and the deserts, so just watch that if you got a high-profile vehicle traveling there today, tonight, into the weekend. 103 toasty in Palm Springs, but even there, a little bit of a cool down to 94 degrees on Sunday. All right, stay with us because we are going to be back with much more coming up right after this break.
Breaking news, the judge in the Palisades arson trial has declared a mistrial.
Let's get to Gigi right now, live outside of the federal courthouse in downtown LA with more on this really major development. Gigi.
That's right. After deliberating for 13 hours over 2 days, late yesterday, the jury told the judge that they were dead set and could not reach a verdict. This morning, the judge polled each member of the jury. They each said that they could not reach a verdict, and a mistrial was declared. The jury was polled. 10 of them wanted to vote not guilty, and 2 of them wanted to vote guilty. Of course, this is the trial of Jonathan Rinderknecht. He's accused of starting a fire that eventually morphed into the deadly Palisades Fire. The big question this morning, will the federal government retry him? We now have an answer. Take a look. Just a short while ago, Bill Isaley, that he's the first assistant U.S. attorney for the Central District of California, writing on social media, the evidence is strong that Jonathan Rinderknech is responsible for igniting the fire on January 1st, 2025, which eventually became the Palisades Fire. We fully intend to retry this case before a new jury and obtain guilty verdicts on all charged counts. Now, again, the 30-year-old is accused of setting a fire on January the 1st. It's known as the Lackman Fire. The federal prosecutors say he set that fire on purpose. They say he resented what they call wealthy people, feeling that they had built a wall between wealthy and all the other folks, and that's why he set that fire. The defense, of course, argued that there was no clear evidence linking him to the fires and definitely not linking him to the Palisades Fire. Again, the jury deadlocked, not able to reach a decision, and you heard it on Bill Isaley's social media pages that they will be retrying the case. Now, what happens next? A big question. Will he be let out until the decision is formally announced in court? We understand that court will resume at 11 a.m. The jury's already been let go, by the way, and one juror was seen in an elevator appearing to be very emotional, even crying at one point. At 11 a.m., the federal prosecutors will return with the defense attorneys. The federal prosecutors, based on Bill Isaley's tweet, they will announce that they do intend to retry him, and they will argue that he should be kept in custody until a new trial. Obviously, we expect the defense attorney to vigorously argue for his immediate release. Now, Rinderknech's father was in court today, as was Cristina Gonzalez. She's going to have much more on Fox 11, but Cristina had a clear view of his dad, and when the mistrial was announced, she said you just saw his shoulders that had been extremely tense. You just sort of saw him let a sigh of relief out, and his shoulders just seemed to relax. Meanwhile, the 30-year-old Jonathan Rinderknech, who faced 45 years in prison if found guilty on all the charges, he seemed to be sweating profusely. They actually passed him some Kleenex so he could wipe his face out. That's understandable. His life was on the line based on whatever decision the judge was going to make. It should be very interesting to learn what happens at 11 a.m. But again, we expect federal prosecutors to tell the judge they are going to retry him, a new jury, and they, of course, will take the lessons learned from this case, from this trial, and you will hear the defense attorney argue for Rinderknech's immediate release.
Wow. Okay. Much more to come on this. Of course, this is something that's just such a big story here for us locally, and we want to see what is to follow, especially following Bill Isaley's tweet there that you mentioned there. Gigi, thank you so much.
Team USA completes the group stage on top despite a 3-2 loss last night at Los Angeles Stadium. Turkey didn't want to go home without a goal and without a win, so the team got exactly what it wanted, scoring a last-minute go-ahead goal in extra time last night. This was against a USA team, though, which relied heavily on its bench to keep key starters healthy and away from getting a second yellow card before the knockout round. There were 9 new starters taking the pitch for Team USA last night, many players entering their first World Cup game ever of their career. The good news, we did see USA star Christian Pulisic come in the second half. He looked good, he was sharp, he was impactful, he was dynamic. He was nursing a calf injury for quite some time, skipping out on the Australia game, and the coach says the team will be ready for Wednesday's knockout round.
The objective was to finish first, and we are first. And now is the next stage, and it's going to be a final, and we are ready. We are much better than before that game because we had players now with 90 minutes in their legs and performing. I think ready to help if we need from the beginning or after from the bench. I think it's all positive. I am confused, but maybe the mood is like, or the vibe is like. we go home tonight and Turkey stay, no?
A loss against Turkey last night doesn't change the fact the U.S. men's national team is heading into the knockout stage in a good position, facing Bosnia-Herzegovina on July 1st in Santa Clara. Meantime, there's some big matches in store today on Fox, so check them out at noon. 2 teams with powerhouse players. Norway facing France in Boston, then Uruguay faces Spain at 5 o'clock in Guadalajara, and tonight at 8, New Zealand is taking on Belgium in Vancouver.
All right, so no FIFA World Cup matches today in LA, but many fans zipping through LAX for those World Cup matches elsewhere, right? So it's been busy at the airport.
That's right, and Mario Ramirez is talking to fans all morning long at LAX. What are they saying?
Yeah, they're heading out to track their favorite team. If you guys have me back there, I want to introduce you to these two brothers
cut you
here.
off in a sec. Mario, we're going to cut you off. We do have breaking news we got to get to. Right now, we'll check back in with you. But for now, let's go to a press conference taking place outside the federal court building.
People that were holding out say that he did it.
I don't want to completely quote it because I didn't realize how passionate I was gonna get and angry, I'll say, about it. So I think it was more of the substantial evidence and her common sense that she believed in her heart that that was enough. So she wouldn't budge.
Was it difficult to decide for yourself? Was it difficult or not? Was it clear?
It wasn't difficult to feel like that was just the charges. The charges were too, I personally feel like, I'm not saying, I don't think there was enough evidence to say he started the first fire, but say he did, I don't see why everybody else's negligence of doing things incorrectly, where he needs to be responsible for the whole Palisades. Now if there was enough proof, I'm not going to put somebody down for that entire thing. A lot happened there. So
what happened yesterday? That there was a verdict and then they said there wasn't a verdict. What was the confusion?
Our chairperson just didn't write it right, and he thought it said instead of everybody was unanimous, he's like, I thought it said ununanimous, and we're like, it's just nerve-wracking. So yeah, he just messed up, and so when she brought us and was like, thank you, and we're like, oh my gosh, why? But then, so that's what happened. Yeah.
Did you believe the government's theory that the fire that started on January 1st caused the fire?
That was another reason that made me feel not guilty, because there's no proof. I wanted to know, has anybody ever gotten in trouble for a holdover fire anywhere else? Because this holdover theory just wasn't it wasn't working for me. How do you say that? Is there not, shouldn't the firemen and shouldn't they have known? People were up there hiking and said that they saw smoldering. People were, people were up there. They were walking around. And
did you believe it was fireworks that started it?
There were so many things, but everything I thought they ruled out. So it's if I was even leaning towards oh, okay, guy, they would say cigarettes count. We did 500 tests. What? If they would have said that, since he did say he smoked, I would have been so no.
Could I ask you, obviously you accepted the fact that he was there at the time when the fire started, which is
he was definitely there, but there was no Verizon dump, and I asked when we went, oh no, I don't, yeah. If he was, how do you prove that? There's no way, without a reasonable doubt.
About the ChatGPT evidence that Uber passengers testifying in the government characterization of the offender?
When we got everything, all that information, he's a normal, I'll be the first to say, this is embarrassing. I use ChatGPT, so I got really sad, and I talk to ChatGPT all the time. So that was made me angry that they were putting his character down for just being human. And yes, maybe we all have problems, but why are you putting his character down? We're trying to prove a fire, not.
For yourself, would you say there are not both enough, or would you say your show is not guilty?
Without the proof and all the doubts, I can't say for sure he's guilty. Yeah.
It's always interesting when we talk to a juror. By the way, thank you for doing this. I'm always curious, when jurors say what you just said, what would it take for them to say there's proof? Does there have to actually be video of it? I mean, what would else?
I mean, if they had everyone's dump and, you know, like, can really single him out that he was the only one on a crazy hill, like, there's vegetation everywhere. Like, we don't even know what it looks like because of, you know, the burn, the two burns.
So that was a big issue, the fact that not every phone company had the proper.
Yeah, because Verizon's popular. The first thing when I went back into deliberation was like, I need to know everybody in here who has Verizon. And at least 8 of us raised our hand, and I was like, we need more.
And again, the 2 that were holding out, the problem that they had were, it wasn't
really just 2 holding out the entire time. We were like kind of going back and forth, and it was like undecided and decided. Maybe like 4 of us were like set on the not guilty, and then they were all undecided, and then it just happened that one person was not going to budge from the guilties, and then someone this morning said, I go on that side too.
When did you figure out that everybody was set in their opinion?
Probably yesterday for the most part, but there were still like 2 that were undecided.
The U.S. Attorney has said that they're going to retry the case if the evidence is there. What are your thoughts having sat in this jury,
It makes me sad as an American, like that, you know, we couldn't come to a conclusion. And I mean, honestly, wish I could come back and do it, you know, because I wish we could have came to a conclusion.
Initially, what was the division when you were first, or maybe, you know, sometimes jurors come
There wasn't any division, honestly. We all got along so well.
I mean, division as far as who felt he was guilty and who felt he was not. The initial people, you said there were a few who...
It definitely started out, the majority was always like not guilty. And...
Like 75?
Yeah, like probably 7, and then like 3 undecided, 2 guilty, and then we talked, and when we realized it was like someone wasn't gonna budge, we were like, what are we doing here? I'm gonna go nuts.
Yesterday, before you sent the note,
has already announced that they're going to retry him. Excuse me if this was already asked. It's hard to hear. Your thoughts on the federal government doing this all over again?
I'm trying not to be angry, but I was like, I mean, I guess they have to get to, I don't know, to conclude this case, but I think it's such a waste of our American dollars.
Yesterday, in the middle of the afternoon, jurors left the jury room at one point before the note was passed back. Can you tell us what was happening there? It was after lunch.
Oh, I said, it was a mistake. Our 4-person, like, just clicked the wrong thing.
When people left the jury room to go downstairs, it was like people were sort of taking a break in the middle of the day. This was before the note was sent.
It was me. I needed to stretch my legs, and they said we had to take a break if we want to do that. Everybody has to take a break. That was just me wanting to get out of the room.
Are you all friends now? Where there's some people who are a bit bigger, you think?
Brianna was not on the. She's like, but
I was an alternate. My name is Brianna. So unfortunately, I couldn't deliberate, but. You know, I wish I had the opportunity to hear everyone's opinions, but, you know.
Yeah. Serena.
Did you have a chance to speak with the attorneys? Did you tell anything to the prosecutors? I know they were so interested in hearing from all of you.
Apparently, only I guess when it's like final will they do that, because they told us we were going to do that, but that's because we made a mistake and like they thought we came to a conclusion.
So they didn't ask you anything?
No.
Really?
No.
How about the defense?
No.
Could anyone cite being like a victim of fire or knowing a victim of the fire as far as a reason for their opinion?
What was that?
Did anyone say that because they knew a victim of the fire, or they themselves?
No one. We had people in there who worked, like, not in the fire, but was a delivery driver, knows the area. Everybody's local. I came from Lompoc, California, and so I've been here in a hotel all this time. But yeah, no one, there was really no bias.
You said, why didn't the LAFD put out the fire? What do you think about the LAFD being like?
I just feel like such negligence. Like, honestly, I hate saying that because I'm not, it didn't happen to me, but there was so many people up there that said they did see smoldering, so why wasn't it taken care of? It was put out and no one was there. I think in the photos like 6 a.m. nobody was there. People were hiking, and it wasn't until the huge Palisades happened. And
you guys were made aware that was like excluded from the like ethics discussion before the...
A lot of things were not maybe necessarily excluded, but the way it was presented was very misleading. I didn't realize that that camera was like still shots. I thought it was a video. So that really like changed my decision, because how can you, when you have gaps of time, know what happened in between that time? Is impossible.
So you're not, how old are you?
Well, how old do you think? You're not supposed to ask a lady that.
18. For my editors. 18.
I'm going to be 50 just in July.
Serena, can you spell Serena, please?
Yes, S-Y-R-E-N-A.
And do you want to share your last name?
I don't.
Okay. Deanna, do you feel comfortable sharing how, I mean, you were privy to all of the arguments back and forth. If you had been deliberating, do you have a feeling on how you would have gone?
Yeah, I think I agree with Serena here that, you know, I don't think I would have leaned not guilty as well. I think a lot of the witnesses that the defense brought really helped sway me. They brought in their own experts who didn't agree with the government's experts. Having not secured a scene for almost 2 weeks says a lot. And to pin that on one person, you know, at the end of the day, we're all human. I realize mistakes are made, but this is a man's life, and we can't ignore that fact either.
Brianna, can you spell your first name?
Yeah, B-R-I-A-N-A.
And what city, what area are you from?
I'm from Long Beach, California.
Thank you. Excuse me, by any chance somebody to explain?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Oh.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. There you heard a juror there, juror number 4, describing what played out as they were deliberating on this trial. Let's go straight to Gigi Graciette, who is live there with more on what we're going to talk about.
We can recap here. So Jonathan Rinderknech pleaded not guilty to the federal arson charges. So the jury split. 10 jurors favored acquittal, 2 favored conviction on all 3 counts. The U.S. District Judge declared a mistrial after finding that there was no reasonable chance the jury could actually reach a unanimous verdict. So at this point, what's next? The federal prosecutors say that they intend to retry the case. We had a post earlier from Bill Asaley, and there it is. This is U.S. Assistant Attorney Bill Asaley saying the evidence is strong that Jonathan Rinderknech is responsible for igniting the fire on January 1st, 2025, which eventually became the Palisades Fire. We fully intend to retry this case before a new jury and obtain guilty verdicts on all charged counts.
Something the jurors said right there. You heard her say that it would be a waste of time. But let's go straight out to Gigi Graciette, who's been covering this entirety. Gigi, what did you make of what she said?
Well, it's very interesting to hear from someone who was actually behind the scenes in the deliberation and heard and analyzed and studied all of the evidence that Serena appeared to do. Now, she told us she's from Lompoc. She voted not guilty. She said she was relieved to learn after that she was part of the majority. She said that when they went in, several jurors were all over the place. So they really did deliberate during those 13 hours and 2 days. Not securing the crime scene for 2 weeks. Now, Rinderknech is accused of starting a fire on January the 1st that later morphed in to the Palisades Fire, so it wasn't a crime scene. She said that not securing that, not having that evidence was important to her. She also talked a lot about Verizon, and that's sort of an inside of what they were talking about. They obtained all the phone records from the different cell phone companies that were that were able, using these geo-tracking, using these sophisticated data dumps, to find out where Jonathan Rinderknech was during the fire. She said she felt he really was up there. But by the time that the Verizon was subpoenaed, apparently the data was unavailable. So Serena wanted to know who else was up there when that fire started. There could have been more people up there. She felt that federal prosecutors did not make their case. She took issue with them bringing up a lot of the suspects' interactions with ChatGPT, a lot of which, by the way, was not allowed into evidence. And Serena said, hey, I talked to ChatGPT all the time. And I sort of resented that they made less of him. They were criticizing him for his use of artificial intelligence. We also heard from Brianna. Brianna from Long Beach. She was an alternate juror. She did not participate. Her vote did not count. She was not called into service. But she said she agreed wholeheartedly with Serena, and she also would have voted not guilty. So this is an overwhelming win for the defense. Now, the U.S. government plans to retry Jonathan Rinder-Knetsch. We want to get his name pronounced correctly. They're going to retry him. Obviously, all of these statements will be analyzed very closely by federal prosecutors. They pay big money to jury consultants, people who specialize in dissecting everything a juror says before they're chosen to be on a jury and after they've rendered a verdict, because they're going to learn from that. Where did they drop the ball according to the jurors who entered a verdict of not guilty? Those are the jurors that the federal government is really going to be analyzing. Every single word they said, what they didn't see, what the evidence was, and what they saw that they didn't like.
It seems like juror number 4, Serena, as we heard from, really didn't like the fact as well that so many hikers were in the area. Nobody said anything. She also questioned whether it was the fire department and their responsibility to make sure that nothing could reignite. And she also sounded like she wanted more evidence in terms of, has anyone else been at fault for holdover fires? So I guess a lot of information wasn't presented, perhaps, to this jury.
Well, what she said, and I'm not, I'm sort of resuming what she said, was that should Jonathan Rinder-Knetsch be held responsible, solely responsible, for starting the Palisades fire? She felt a lot of folks also had a hand in the responsibility portion of it, and she specifically spoke of the fire department. And she wanted to know a holdover fire, or what are called hot spots. We've been in Boyle Heights all week, and we've been talking about hot spots. That basically means, to the visible naked eye, the fire is out, but burning either in the weeds, like up at the Lackman and Palisades fire, or in that massive warehouse between all the food products, is still hot spots. They're still smoldering, and they can easily reignite a fire, which is why most fire departments stick around and they make sure there are no hot spots left. And so she was talking about that holdover fire. She wanted to know, has anyone else been held responsible, solely responsible, for a holdover fire? So she certainly had a lot of questions, and you can bet the federal prosecutors are going to work to answer her questions, even though she won't be a part of a new trial. They're going to work to answer her questions in case any other juror might feel the same way.
And the question again is, we have to wait and see, but what happens now as far as Rinder-Knetsch, right? Does he get to leave? Is he free to leave? Do we have to wait? Will he still be in custody?
We should know that in about 36 minutes. Court is set to resume at 11 a.m. Now, the jury, as you saw here, Serena and Brianna, an alternate juror, have been released. They are free to go. They were thanked for their service, and they were let go. The lawyers will now meet in front of the judge again. The prosecution is expected, based on that message on social media we saw from Bill Asaley, they are expected to tell the judge and formally say, we plan to retry him. They are expected to argue that he should remain in federal custody until a new trial, while obviously his defense attorney is expected to argue that this guy's been in jail for, what, about 10 months now, and that he should be released pending a new trial.
All right, we'll see what happens. More to come at 11 o'clock, perhaps when the court session resumes. And we'll check back in with you. Thank you so much, Gigi. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Breaking news, the judge in the Palisades Fire trial has just declared a mistrial. The move came a day after jurors told the judge they were deadlocked. The jury was deciding the fate of Jonathan Rinderknecht, who is accused of starting the fire that eventually grew into the deadly Palisades Fire. We just heard from jurors moments ago.
Obviously, we didn't get to talk about the case until we got to deliberate, and once we went into deliberations, I guess it was just didn't realize how passionate certain people felt. I thought personally I was not guilty, and I felt like I was going to be singled out and having to stand my ground and state my story. So I was kind of like a little relieved that I was on the more majority side instead of being that person who wouldn't budge, because I did say I wouldn't budge, but at the same time I was also open to like, can we see more? Can we do this? Can we do that? But it just, we couldn't come to an agreement.
Prosecutors have already vowed to retry this case, and we have crews downtown. We'll bring you more information as we get it.
Other stories we're following this morning. The earthquake death toll in Venezuela has climbed to 920 people, about 3,000 others injured, and nearly 50,000 people still listed as missing. Rescue teams from around the world, they're headed there to help, including specialized teams from LA County Fire.
Team USA lost to Turkey in its final group round match at Los Angeles Stadium in Inglewood last night. The U.S. appeared to be headed to a draw until Turkey pulled out an extraordinary last-minute goal there in extra time. The 3-2 victory for Turkey was their only tournament win, but it wasn't enough to advance them. The U.S. had already secured its spot to play in the round of 32 elimination matches, the first game coming against Bosnia and Herzegovina in Santa Clara on Wednesday.
All right, we've got some pretty nice weather outside right now. Good Day LA weather is brought to you by the Razavi Law Group. This is the live look at, I believe this is Long Beach. Yes? I think so. We've got some sunshine there, which is good news. The cloud cover is starting to break apart a little bit, but we do have that marine layer, and it is going to continue to deepen. The onshore flow is with us, and it's really pushed all of that monsoonal moisture, some of that stormy activity well to our east now. So that's the good news, but we do have that cooler sea breeze and that air mass moving in, and that's going to help bring our temperatures down to slightly below normal. All right, my button's not working. Let me hold on. Let me just grab the other one just to make sure. We are anticipating temperatures to continue to cool off as we get to the upcoming weekend. High pressure will continue to weaken, and this June gloom weather pattern will be with us. We've got an area of low pressure that is up to our north over the Pacific Northwest. This is going to continue to just reinforce that onshore flow. The winds will get a little bit more gusty as we get into the afternoon and evening hours for the mountains and deserts, and that can pose some hazardous driving conditions for you. So please be mindful of that if you've got a high-profile vehicle. The marine layer will continue to deepen as we get into early next week. We'll start a new month next week, and we could see a deep enough cloud cover that it could squeeze out some light drizzle as well. So not anything measurable, but hey, we'll take it. A little bit of this moisture, of course, helping to mitigate fire danger. In the meantime, we do have a wind advisory in effect for portions of the high desert. Some of those isolated areas could reach wind gusts up to 60+ miles an hour. All the areas shaded in the pink, that's the red flag warning. Basically combining windy conditions, hot temperatures inland in the deserts with those dry conditions, giving us some heightened fire danger. So this is out towards the inland areas in the deserts. If you're driving on the 15 headed to Las Vegas or the Coachella Valley, you will encounter some of those windy conditions and, of course, the heightened fire danger. 70 degrees in downtown LA currently, 62 in Woodland Hills, 70 in Corona, 68 Riverside, and today's high temperatures will range anywhere from 86 in the high desert to the 103 in the low desert areas. The mountains, 75 degrees. Downtown LA, 78, 83 in the valleys and the Inland Empire along the coast, around 71 degrees there. I'll show you the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Back to you.
Thank you, Maria. From Star Wars to superheroes, one of the biggest pop culture events of the summer is kicking off in Orange County today.
Coco McAvoy live at Fan Expo in Anaheim, checking out everything fans can see this weekend. Hi there, Coco.
Good morning. We're just a few hours away from Fan Expo launching here in Southern California for the first time. Fan Expo is actually the largest producer of Comic-Con style events in the entire world. So this is really, really cool to have this at the Anaheim Convention Center. I am here with Andrew now, who is the Vice President for Fan Expo. And tell us about this cool section that we're in right now.
Well, right now we're in our retailer section. So lots of different pop culture inspired merchandise. Comics worth thousands of dollars here, right down to unique, one-of-a-kind items. We have about hundreds of artists just over behind us here that are creating unique, one-of-a-kind items. Some of them are crafters, some of them are visual artists. So all throughout this floor, you know, people come to shop and get some really unique pop culture inspired items.
And tell us about Fan Expo for the people who maybe haven't been since it's the first time in Southern California.
Well, Fan Expo is a celebration of all things pop culture. So whether you love sci-fi, gaming, horror, cosplay, anime, which is so huge right now, as we all know, and of course comics, where this all started. So we celebrate all those pop culture genres through the merchandise, through the celebrities we bring through the programming, and as I said, cosplay too. Some people dress up as their characters and come and celebrate that way.
And speaking of programming, talk about the programming and the headliners you have.
Look, we have Mark Hamill coming to this event. I mean, do I need to say more? One of the greatest celebrities in this pop culture space, and of course, an extraordinary actor across the board. Super excited to have him here with us. We're celebrating the 25th anniversary of The Lord of the Rings. 25 years, if you can believe it. All 4 hobbits are going to be here on stage. Sunday night, they're taken to the stage for a special event, which is going to be awesome. Jared Padalecki's going to be here. Maylee Flanagan, huge name in the anime space. I mean, I'm just scratching the surface. You've got to head to fanexpoanaheim.com to see the full lineup.
And the cool thing about Fan Expo, you do events like this all over North America, right?
Oh yeah, we're doing events all the time, which is awesome. So we have a really good understanding of what the fans are curious about and interested in. But at the end of the day, this is all about community. It's about coming, getting involved, meeting like-minded people, and just having fun together, celebrating the themes and genres and pop culture that we all love together.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for talking to us. And Fan Expo, you can still get your tickets. Go to the website like Andrew talked about, and it's going to open today at 3 o'clock. Also going to run tomorrow and Sunday starting at 10 o'clock. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much, Coco. So the World Cup is delivering unforgettable goals on the pitch, but a local TikTok creator is using jaw-dropping trick shots to get millions of views and help take soccer to new heights.
That's right, and they put us to the test, me and Bob, that is. And you know what? It's harder than it looks, okay? Let's just put it that way.
As soon as I could walk, I just play soccer. Easy. I did play for a couple years in college. Hard. Got injured. That led me to a path to making content. Impossible.
The accuracy.
Let's go.
To make the shot. And the fun and challenge of it all.
Yeah, let's go.
Meet TikTok creator Efron.
Yeah. Today I'm taking balls to the face, but the balls get progressively heavier.
Who is wowing his following with soccer skills and super shots.
Oh my God! I'm just very excitable a lot of times when I just make content. I'm like, it's very easy for me to celebrate, to just enjoy it. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Ah! A lot of it is just, can I control my balls? Starting with 5 miles per hour. Like, what's the most craziest thing you could do on a soccer field? 100 miles per hour! 3, 2, 1, ow! Things that people have never seen before.
He started playing soccer since he was 4 years old.
When I play soccer, it's like all my problems just go away. Such like a therapy for me, you know? This is a lot of balls.
And now wants to spread the joy.
My purpose for all this, I want to be able to give back. Give to kids who either eat or buy the new cleats, you know? Banana. There we go.
This trick shot content creator is putting Bob and I to the test.
Left leg. There you go.
Basically showing us it really is harder than it looks.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
But whether you're good or bad, a pro or beginner, Efron says the sport is all about one thing.
So who's better, me or Sandra?
Oh, I plead the fifth. Soccer brings everyone together. It's 3, 2, 1, kick. With TikTok, everything's a level playing field. So no matter if you're big or small, Ronaldo or Messi, everyone has a chance to really be like the top creator there.
And whatever the goal, big or small,
one of the most craziest moments I've ever had was see Ronaldo score.
He says you always have to hit the celly.
Ronaldo! Relief, aggression, delight,
Sandra Endo, Fox 11 News.
You did it better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, because the guys were sticking together on this one. They're like teaming up against me, saying Bob was all skilled. I'm like, really?
What?
Yeah.
That Bob?
Yeah.
That Bob? What?
Yes.
Our Bob to Castro? Yeah.
Team Endo, right?
Team Endo. Team Endo, Team Ronaldo, Team Messi, and I just like saying Mbappe because it reminds me of
the hand.
I do.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, you know I had to make it entertainment somehow, and that brings me to entertainment. And you know what day it is. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino, by the way. We're going to get to our entertainment-themed poll. But you know what day it is. TGIFF. Thank goodness it's Furry Friday. Good day, LA DJ. Let's drop the music, please. Hey, look at this. Vada we have here. Aww. Look at this little diva in Victorville. Cheetah print ready. What store is that? Looks like Walmart, right?
Walmart.
Roll it back, baby, in those blue carts. Next, we've got Bentley in Victorville. Bentley is only 12 weeks old. What a love bug. Next up, we got Gus in Mission Viejo. Don't you just want to boop Gus's nose? Yeah. And now, double trouble. We've got Penny and Riley in Montebello. That's a guinea pig and a Boston Terrier.
Oh, they're friends.
I think one. Did Jen ask for a guinea pig or Bob? Somebody did.
I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
You did not.
Next, we've got Milo in Laverne. And just so you know, and I don't mean this any way, he's just a little husky. Love the beach shot, by the way. What do you think he's saying with his eyes there, girls?
I'm watching you.
Yeah. Like, are you getting my good side?
No pictures, please.
Exactly.
Smizing.
Smizing. And from Smizing to Stormy in Monrovia, look at the little bandana. Stormy is a Bernie doodle.
What a personality.
Yeah, who loves playing with peacocks. See?
You mean chasing peacocks?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Birds of a feather. They stick together. If you want to see your fur baby featured right here on Furry Friday, just email furryfriday@fox.com. But don't forget to send me a picture with their name, your name, and the city you live in so I can give you a proper shout out. Okay, last hour we asked you, who is your favorite DC superhero? Ooh, Superman. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman with the lead for 46%. In second place, Wonder Woman. Amethyst in Riverside said Wonder Woman is the best and always will be the best.
Nice.
Yes. Gary in Costa Mesa said Gal Gadot. Yeah, she played Wonder Woman. Carlos in Apple Valley said, Superman is definitely my number one. My only child, my 34-year-old son, has always called me his superhero.
Aww.
I was in law enforcement for 34 years, and every time I took that uniform off, I swear I could see that large S on my chest.
Aww.
That is beautiful, Carlos.
Yeah, so nice.
I love reading your comments. Don't forget, every day we have a different poll question, and you can submit your comment.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's take a break and come back. stars were out big time last night for the game USA-Turkey. There you see it. Here's a few. Paris Hilton you saw, Second Lady Usha Vance, Brad Pitt, and Edward Norton. This was nice. We also got a shot of Colin Farrell. I think, is that his son, maybe?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Okay. The good-looking dad and son, Ashton Kutcher there with Nakoa. And Scottie Pippen was also there. Everyone looks so good, don't they?
Yeah.
I like his T-shirt and blazer.
Scottie doesn't age.
He does not.
Leo.
There's Leo.
Oh my goodness.
All in black.
Ciao.
Owen Wilson. And we also had James Cameron.
One of the goats of filmmaking.
So many.
Is that a wine glass? Very classy.
Very classy.
Empty wine glass at that.
Exactly. Oh, Will Ferrell.
Right there.
Yep.
He was in character, I think.
Next to Fortune Feimster.
Yeah.
I don't know who this
He's
guy is.
from LAFC, major goalkeeper right there. Julie Ertz, Hall of Famer, U.S. Women's National Team. And let's see, there was a lot of other women's national team players there too. And
Leo again.
Leo. Who knew he was
What's
a
he doing with his
fan?
I'm not sure, but Sandra, another
A-lister.
Wow, look at her.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was my celly
Who
for
took
the
that
goal.
photo?
Sam Dubin.
That's a great shot.
I just stuck around because I was there all morning long for Good Day LA and Football HQ, joining the team there. So shout out to the production crew.
You're so photogenic.
And then I just stayed. Cheered on Team USA.
You also had no transportation home. So
That's right.
It's part of the
I was
issue.
about to walk home at night, but
What do you mean? How did you get down there?
She got down there this early in the morning with everyone else, but then
Right.
she had to stick around for Football HQ.
So who eventually gave you a ride back?
She found someone.
Yeah, I actually ran into someone in my neighborhood.
Was your car here at the station?
Yes, it was. That's a whole nother story.
Wow, the things you find out, right, just live on the air, real time like this. Well, but it was worth it, right?
It was so worth it. It was great. And I think Team USA is going to go far.
I will
Putting it out
eventually,
there.
at some point, have you both download a rideshare app.
Yeah.
That will happen at some point.
Maybe this year.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, maybe this year, when I will be singing Happy Birthday to You. You don't even know what I'm
Marilyn.
thinking. Marilyn. Okay, thanks.